This is a much bigger one now.
Picked up a used River Rossi UP Challenger.
All right, folks, that's our 1 minute pre-departure warning whistle. All aboard 611. Few final reminders.
Green lights again.
Please remain seated in your car throughout our journey. Please don't stand out in the end vestibules at any time. Keep your heads, hands, arms, and cameras inside the train at all times as well. Also, please make sure you have that ticket stub torn off and ready for the train when the seat comes through your car. Other than that, please sit back, relax, and enjoy your ride. All right.
Holy shit, we're moving. Look at all these people. This is crazy. This is what happens when you get a piece of history still running rails for the better part of 60 years. All this.
While you're riding 611.
No, that's not the ticket taker, man.
Well, that's pretty conductive. I'm a photographer walking. Anybody wants to photo while you're riding 611?
So this is kind of cool. We're actually being pulled backwards. Or at least, well, I'm going backwards. Well, myself and who knows how many other people that are actually sitting backwards on this thing. So 611 is actually to the rear of the train at the moment. And but it will switch back around, and we will get to see 611 from the front half of the train as well. Whoa! Oh, good. I didn't drop the camera, and I didn't turn the dang video screen off. That would have ticked me off. I went crazy. So this is rural Pennsylvania. And the Strasburg Railroad. You get the smoke clouds coming from the steam from 611. And we're that close, you know. This is so cool. I don't think I've been this happy ever. All that echo. You have people. There's people hanging their arms standing outside of their cars, parked along the road. Seriously, this is amazing. I don't think it gets better. Does it get better? I mean, is it possible? I don't think so, but, you know, anything's possible. Huh? Oh, the Red Caboose Motel. Used to stay there all the time when I was a kid. Used to come up here with my grandparents. And yes, I realize I'm narrating my own thing here, but, you know, why not? So actually, speaking of my grandparents, so both my mom's parents and my dad's parents at this point have passed on. And I have actually, my mom's parents were the ones that used to come up here with us all the time. So as a special tribute to them, and especially my grandfather's love of steam locomotives, I actually am wearing their wedding rings around my neck, so they could ride with me and my parents. So this is kind of cool. Say hi, Mom. My dad is strange, but it's awesome. It can't be that dang expensive.
I live up here with all this acreage.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
No, you got cows.
Well, I mean, at that point though, if you have this much grass, you know what you could do? Get one of those crazy little turnabout mowers.
Oh yeah,
I'd have this.
You that goddamn thing. You'd be doing donuts all over the place.
Maybe.
Ain't no babies in that, I know.
Even more people. Another crossing and even more people. All these cars. These are dedicated individuals. You gotta love what they do. They love this. You know, they live for this. Yeah, I know. It's a long hallway, but down the hallway here, I don't know, you can kind of barely see it, I'm sure, because we're being rocked about a little bit. But that's the light on 611. It's facing us, but pulling us backwards. This is amazing. This would be so cool to live out here. Most people probably could never do it because you hear trains all the time, and let me tell you, that wouldn't bother me a single second. Oh, geez, more people. Cherry Crest Farms. Not even really sure what this is, but it looks cool. I was just saying, is it like an amusement park or something? This is pretty awesome. That was gonna be my thought, was that it was like a playground. It's a giant playground. If in fact that's what it is. Looks like we're coming up to another crossing up here. Pretty slowly. Now 611 is pretty quick on a natural basis, but with the rails up here, I don't know if she's truly able to run. Sorry if y'all can't hear me. Even more cars and more people. This is unbelievable. Look at all these cars. Look at all these people. I mean, there's not quite as many people. There's a ton of cars here. That guy's standing standing on the roof. Oh wait, he's not standing on the roof. He's got the sunroof open and he's standing in his car. That is awesome. So 6'11", she's a J class. To my knowledge, the only J class left. And if she's not the only J class left, she's the only functional J class left. I know that for a fact.
Lancaster County Amish farm. Neat and clean, but very plain. There are no carpets, no curtains, no electric lights, no radio, television.
Oh, there was a drone. I think we all just got a drone video. That's cool. So, 6'11", as I was saying, there's 4, to my knowledge, Norfolk and Western locomotives out there. You have what's known as the big 3. You have 6'11", 12'18", which is an A class, and then 2156, which is the only surviving Y6 series. Stay tuned for that, because at some point in time I'm going to Roanoke to catch all 3 at the same time. And the thing with 6'11",
do you believe in ghosts?
She's a 4'8".
Over a century ago, in the second valley south of us, off the right-hand side of the train, there was a little narrow gauge road that ran called the Lancaster, Oxford, and Southern, better known as the L&S and nicknamed by the locals as the Little, Old, and Slow. With a nickname like that, they weren't bound to survive too long in the road industry, and they boarded up their doors in 1917. At that time, the scrappers reportedly came in and tore up the rails so fast that it left old L&S number 6 with its train on the line, searching for a station to which it could never return. Over a century of wind and weather rusted that locomotive away to become nothing more than the ghost of an old train. So sometimes when we stop here at Carpenter's Crossing and blow a whistle, that ghost answers us back. So let's all be very quiet and listen very, very closely for a response from the ghost here today.
That's so
Well,
cool.
folks, that is no echo. We pay that ghost $27.50 a day just to sit over there and do that for us. That makes the ghost the highest paid employee here at Strasburg. We know that ghost is out there because someone's getting that paycheck every 2 weeks for the past 60 years.
6'11", she's a 4'8" setup in her wheels. She has 4 small wheels in the front. I do believe. I may be wrong on this, to be completely honest. I will fact check myself later. So she is a 4'8". She does have 4 small drivers, 8 larger wheels, and 4 more small little drivers. Even more people. If y'all didn't see this is crazy. These people are so dedicated. It's absolutely amazing to see. Actually, if my mom will let me borrow her phone for a second. Oh, jeez. More of them.
What do you want to borrow the phone for?
I just want to fact check myself while I'm talking to my camera here.
You want to do what?
I want to fact check myself. So my mom was gracious enough to lend me her phone for a moment while I fact check myself because, well, you never know. I could be telling you the wrong information.
Oh, look at the cow. You can fix this cow. I'm sorry? Raise your feet. Oh yeah, you gotta raise your feet over the bridge. Raise your feet. Now.
Yep, she is a 4'8". I was right about that. Little guy from.
Take a picture of the cow.
I did. I got a picture of him. So yeah, she is a 4'8".
So they made it for the Amish farmers, and the measurements were 6 horses wide.
Oh really?
So she has a 484, and like I said, she does have the 4 little wheels with 8 large drivers, and it goes another 4
So that
So that's
play area is new. That wasn't there when they were.
not that I'm aware of now. So
Over the past 4 miles, if you're traveling through what is commonly known as the heart of the Pennsylvania Dutch country.
stop talking facts here. I'm gonna show you guys, continue to show you guys the beautiful sight. It's absolutely
They live
gorgeous.
quiet lives of hard work and deep religious devotion, just as their forefathers did when they arrived here from Germany, Switzerland, and France nearly 300 years ago. In that time, not much has changed. Their mode of travel, style of dress, and entire way of life is almost identical to that of 2 3/4 centuries ago.
I can't stream. The stream won't load, so I told everybody if the stream doesn't load, I'm going to make a video. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just making a straight general video. I wish the stream would have loaded. So I can.
London Bridge Junction in Paradise, Pennsylvania are next.
I don't know if you can see it down there. There's a river down there. There's a lot of rocks there, but further into the wooded area, there's a little creek. Huh?
I said that's new, at least within the last 13 years.
16 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Paradise. Change here for Parksburg, Downingtown, Coatesville, Ardmore, Exton, Paoli, Philadelphia, Trenton, Newark, Metro Park, and New York. 4 points west. Lancaster, Mountjoy, Elizabethtown, Middletown, Harrisburg, Lewistown, Altoona, Johnstown, Latrobe, Pittsburgh, and Chicago. That is if you can run fast enough to catch one of those Amtrak trains that have passed by here at 110 miles an hour. Folks, I do assure you that this is paradise. Just look around you. Well, it's Paradise, Pennsylvania. You're in it. Let's face it. This might be as close to paradise as some of us will get for a very long time. Or so I'm told. We'll be stopping here in Paradise for a few minutes while the locomotive uncouples from the east end of the train. It'll run around us on the interchange track off to the immediate right, and we'll reconnect down the west end to take us back to Strasburg. That interchange track is also the way that we get freight in from the outside world. Several nights a week, freight cars are dropped off, and in the morning, our freight crew comes down to take them back to East Strasburg for transloading. Our inbound freight products consist of grain, corn, lumber, and rye, and our outbound freight products are chicken protein. We typically use a diesel engine for this task, however, if the loads are long and heavy enough, we'll enlist the help of the steam engine. Speaking of steam engines, the locomotive pulling us today is none other than N&W Class J number 611. She was built in 1950 by the Roanoke shops of the Norfolk and Western Railway. She weighs in at well over 400 tons. Her tender carries 35 tons of coal and 20,000 gallons of water.
That's a whole lot of coal and a whole lot of water.
As they pass by us. Your engineer is Scott and your fireman is Zach. These guys have worked really hard to get us here and will work harder to get us home. So make sure you give them a big wave, yell, and cheer. While we are stopped here in Paradise,
There's a car up on the bridge.
we ask that you please remain out of the
There's a guy
vestibule,
up there.
stay inside the car. And if you wish, you may also step out into the aisle, give your seat back a push or pull, and it will face the other direction. We'll only be here for a few minutes, because following the conclusion of our continuity brake test, we will head back to East Strasburg. But in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy your visit to Paradise, Pennsylvania.
Paradise has a lot of meanings to some people. This is one of the coolest things. Right there in the corner of the screen there, well, just the other side of that pole is 611. You can see the bright light off the front of her. This is quite possibly the coolest thing ever. Here she comes, she's moving up. Well, like I said, she did, like the gentleman in the, like the tour guide said, and like I said, we were being pulled backwards. Now we're going to be pulled forward back towards Strasburg. And you guys get a gorgeous look at the Lady J. Norfolk and Western's engine 611. You can see this beautiful monster. All the steel, over 400 tons, running since 1950, never been taken out of service. Obviously, she has had work done to her to keep her running in this good a shape. But realistically, I mean, it doesn't get better. This is one of the coolest things. Hey, there, tractor trailer, just for a laugh. You guys can flip. Well, I mean, I know you got to flip the seat. You guys can flip the seat. I'm going to continue sitting the way I'm sitting. I like the way I'm sitting, to be honest. I like my spot. I have my spot. I'm sticking to it. So the folks sitting next to us actually brought their dog, and he or she is absolutely adorable. This dog it's so small and it's so cute. It's actually kind of crazy. There's the little dog. And again, I don't know if you could. I'm not sure if you could see him there, but there's another guy. These guys are rail chasers. They do this like it's. Yeah, you'd almost think they got paid to do what they're doing. That. It's like you almost think they got paid to do what they do. I don't think they do, to be completely honest. Unless they're doing like freelance photography for Norfolk and Western or Strasburg or who knows where, to be completely legitimate. I have no idea. So now we don't actually have a great view of 611 because, again, she's up there now. That's the front of the locomotive. You can't really see her. But this is probably the coolest thing ever, you know. At 29 years old, I never thought I'd actually be able to do this. You know, growing up around, like I said, you know, my mother's father, who was absolutely in love with steam trains, and you know, of course, I do have my parents, but you know, the cool thing here is that my mother's father, he instilled all of this in me, and I tell you what, it's really special to be up here to ride behind something that he taught me about. You know, when I was when I was a little kid, you know. I mean, he was telling me facts about steam trains pretty much up till the day he passed in 2003. You know, and I think the fun is I get to, in a way, share this experience because I did bring my grandparents' wedding rings. I showed you guys, and yeah, this is special. And I don't think you can find a better place in the world. I was at the yeah. That's what's October the 5th or something like that. Yeah.
Harry Paul Dog Park.
Yeah. So we are sitting in, like the gentleman said, we are sitting in Paradise, Pennsylvania. Just another section of.
I got to do the deadhead when it came up too.
Strasburg Railroad. It is. It is a beautiful space. It is beautiful out here. I mean, it would be so blasted expensive to live out here because you got these huge pieces of property, but you know, some of this would be really cool to live out here. I think would be a lot of fun. Most people probably couldn't live with the idea of living near a railroad because of the whistle blowing all the time and the trains going by. I tell you what, I could live out here, no questions asked. No questions asked.
Thank you. That was Kristen. My little John was taking the kids around in the tractor. She had them all tied together. And she was having
Little marker. That's one of our many conductors. And we're on the roll again. Here we go. Heading back to Strasburg. So you're pretty much just going to see the same sights you saw before, except now we're going to be going, well, forward. I say forward, you know, it's not like we weren't going forward before. We were just going forward in a different direction. I don't know. Not really sure how to explain that one. Little kidder's upset. Not sure why. It's never fun. You never want the little kidder to be upset. There's another guy. That might actually be the guy from a little minute ago. do have the tender cars from Norfolk and Southern there. There's some folks, coming out to, again, like I said, I think I showed you guys all these people before, or at least tried to. And these people have the coolest, they get to see the coolest stuff. Well, we hit a little bit of wheel slip there. That's unusual. And the Lady J might be, I would say Lady J showing her age, but she saw the wheel slip, hit the wheel slip, and said, "Nah, I got this." And now we're chugging back along. Look at that. Steam or smoke, whatever. Same kind of idea. This is amazing. I don't think it gets better. Yeah, I had a conversation with a gentleman earlier today and said, is there a way? I asked the guy. I said, I don't think there's a way. I asked the guy, is there a way that this could get better? His response is the same opinion as mine, and no, this really can't get better. I mean, 1218, the Norfolk and Western A class is non-functional. They had plans to restore her, but I'm not entirely sure why, but they have not done so, and they were not able to do so. The Y6 engine 2156 is runnable, but she is not able to run on her own. She does need help. Unlike 611 here, 611 has been fully functional since 1950. And she has not been retired, but for maybe a year or two to do some refurbing work and make sure she continued to stay rails ready. And I could even be wrong on that. She's here. And we have, of course we have the Union. Of course, the Union Pacific has the big boy and the Challenger. 4014, 3985. You guys can look these up if you actually are intrigued by this, or you have your own questions that you might want to answer on your own time that I haven't already brought up. 4014 is the only functional big boy class locomotive that Union Pacific has. 3985, I do believe, is the only Challenger class that the Union Pacific is able to run. There is still multiple Challengers and big boys out there, but all the rest are not in functioning order, to my understanding, and they are instead just continue to be preserved as museums. I don't know, like I said, I mentioned 611 earlier, and I don't believe 611, I do believe 611 is the only surviving J-class. I could be wrong there. I do know if she is not the only surviving one, she is the only functioning one. Of course, we've slowed down a little bit. Of course, like speed, like your own a normal road. Railroads do have speed limits, believe it or not, which I think is a little crazy, but hey, I ain't gonna argue. Pretty sure my dad just got a ding about a ping about baseball game. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan. Don't hate me for it. I can only hope that we're winning. We did win yesterday. We did win Friday as well. I do believe my dad is listening to me, and I do believe he said yes, but I don't know.
Here's the picnic area.
Yeah.
Oh, but the slide's not there anymore.
None of it really is.
No.
The whole thing's barely there. Did you say yes, the O's are still winning? Or what? 3-3. 3-3? Oh, bummer. So Boston actually decided to get their heads out of their rear ends and actually try. So there's that. Oh, there's a view. Hold on. If I can get it right. There she is. You kind of barely see her, but there's 611 up there. You can see her. There's all these people again. I think that's actually more cars than were there when we first showed up. This is amazing. And I don't think it gets better. I know I've said that 100 times, but I really don't think it gets any better. This is the coolest thing. As a true fan of steam in the world of locomotives, I think this is the coolest thing you could possibly ever have. I think when you look at it, we went from steam to diesel. I think it was in the mid-60s. And in my opinion, and I'm sure the opinion of most of those on this train, even more people on that hill back there. Even more people on that hill back there. That's crazy. Like I said, these guys are rail chasers. They do this. They do this like it's their job. Most of them actually probably do get paid to do this. Who knows? I don't actually know that information, to be completely honest. I would love to be them. Run around the country and chase trains all the time. Man, that would be amazing. Especially gorgeous pieces of history like 611. But continuing what I was saying, I think there's a lot of people, not just myself, but a lot of people on this train, and maybe across the nation, that believe that the transition from steam to diesel in the mid-60s and the loss of this beauty is just a waste. It's a wasted talent. We have these gorgeous pieces of machinery. We just passed another rail crossing, and even more cars. I don't know if y'all can't see this probably, but there is cars lined up out on the road to the far side of us. That is crazy. How they can even see the pictures that they're taking. I mean, I'm sure they all have like professional cameras and video cameras and telephoto lenses and things like that. I do photography, but I don't get as crazy as some of these people do. Most of these people have like $3,000 lenses on a $500 camera. I think it's a little nuts. That's just me. Or you have the $3,000 lens on the $8,000 camera. But continuing what I was saying, I get off track a lot, so that happens. You have these gorgeous locomotives, and the introduction of diesel, I think, really hurt the precedence and the beauty that was rails. Trains, when most people think of trains now, most people nowadays they think of the diesels that you see from CSX and the Amtrak trains and the light rail trains and different things like that. And, yeah, that's not what I think of when I think of a locomotive. Yeah, I grew up understanding what steam was and what it was all about. I grew up absolutely loving the idea of steam. And
as our journey comes to a close, we thank you for joining us here today, and we hope to see you sometime very soon for another exciting day of old-time steam railroading here on the road to paradise. If you find riders, please look around you, make sure you have everything that you came with and are leaving nothing behind.
I think,
cell phones, wallets, car keys, children, hats, cameras, spouses, backpacks,
the idea
sunglasses, purses,
of
or anything of that nature.
I think
Please wait till the train is coming to complete stop before you
need to
attempt to
be
onboard.
not necessarily all the way brought back.
Exit on the
As
station
much as I'd
ceremony
love
is
to
number
see
6
that,
right on the pass on the parking lot side. Remember the golden rule when crossing the tracks is to stop, look both ways, and listen.
the big thing
From all of us
is,
here at Strasburg, we thank you for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed your visit, and we hope to see you sometime very soon for another exciting day of old-time steam railroading here on the road to paradise. We wish you the safest of travels home or wherever your next adventure is going to take you. And one final thought, folks, is that next time you travel, why not take the train? It's a whole lot safer than your car in those highways, but more importantly, it's a whole lot more fun too. Grand Central Station, East Strasburg will be next. All change.
so we're back from Strasbourg. And again, continuing what I was saying, I feel like steam needs to continue to be in the world of in the history books. I think we cannot let what has been in the history that we have seen through steam engines, we can't let that just fall. Excuse me. So I'm gonna flip the camera back around and you guys are gonna see us coming back into Strasbourg Station. There's the rails. Those are fresh rails. Well, maybe not fresh, but they are rails. The tour guide, I think, he said it the best, enjoy your day wherever you may go. Wherever the day takes you, enjoy it. Love it, Just remember, the adventures never stop. And anything is possible. All these people. Little guy. All these kids and all these folks, they come here not just to see things like 611. They come here to see these trains in general. They live for these kinds of things. And we're back here in Strasbourg. That's the railroad store. We're back. This is what it's about. And for now, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up and a peace out. And remember, like the narrator, like the tour guide said, always keep your mind on the next adventure. Don't let life stop you from that next adventure. Have a good one, y'all.